Shalom and greetings, brothers and sisters in Master Yeshua the Messiah. Brother Nick here, Nicholas James Vanderlane, victory for the people of Israel from by the narrow path, which are the 10 commandments of Master Messiah Yeshua. Today is the 7th day of the 4th month, June 26th, 2020, and this video is being broadcasted from the country of Cyprus here in the Eastern Mediterranean. This video is titled Elijah's Proclamation, the hidden servant of Isaiah 49. So just to disclaim and to warn everybody that Elijah will not be campaigning to be received by the people as Elijah. When asked if he were Elijah, John the Baptist denied it with an emphatic no. This sets precedence for the third Elijah, as he won't be saying, I'm Elijah, receive me, pretty please, like we see a lot of people doing in my comments of my videos. I have people commenting all the time telling me how they're Elijah. Got people telling me in Jerusalem that they're Elijah when I go to Jerusalem. And as I said, that's so funny, LOL, because Elijah won't be campaigning to be received as Elijah. These people are demonically influenced, and they are actually fulfilling Master Yeshua the Messiah's end-time prophecy. For many shall come in his name, saying, I am Messiah, and shall deceive many. Because this third Elijah type, the end-time Elijah, is a lowercase Messiah. Saul was a Messiah, David was a Messiah, Solomon was a Messiah, all the kings of Israel were anointed Messiahs. So like that being the case, the end-time Elijah will also be Messiah, son of Joseph, son of Ephraim, an Ephraimite. So these people, like I said, they're all plagued with demons. And remember what Yeshua said when he confronted the demon, asking the demon its name. The demon replied, my name is Legion, for we are many. Just like many people are going to be saying they're Messiah, and they're going to deceive many. So I understand, again, the end-time Elijah won't be campaigning to be Elijah. Just as Master Yeshua the Messiah prophesied regarding the lowercase son of man will be rejected of his generation. We'll see that in this study as I touch on Ezekiel chapter 3, where the house of Israel is going to reject their prophet, the watchman. And the same thing in Isaiah 28. If you read Isaiah 28, the people would not heed to the message of the messenger of Ephraim. Thus, Elijah will not be received by the house of Israel. So it's futile for people going around saying, I'm Elijah, I'm Elijah. They don't understand Elijah. So in my last two videos on Elijah, the end-time Elijah, the third Elijah, I've identified and linked that this end-time third Elijah type to be the following. He's going to be the Ezekiel 33 watchman and the Christian prophet. He's going to be the watchman of Ephraim and the prophet of Hosea chapter 9. Okay, the watchman of Ephraim means he's going to be an Ephraimite. He speaks back to his own people. In Isaiah 28, he's the messenger of Ephraim of Isaiah 28, the messenger of the covenant of Malachi 3. He's also the end-time lowercase son of man of Ezekiel. As I said, Ezekiel was called the son of man. And Ezekiel does not have one prophecy pertaining to Master Messiah Yeshua's first coming. None. And Master Yeshua the Messiah's end-time servant, who is also the lowercase son of man, who Master Yeshua prophesied about, the end-time son of man, the lowercase son of man. So there's going to be many more roles or prophecies or types, identity types of this seldom known person. And in this video, I will continue with the theme of him being the twice hidden servant of Isaiah chapter 49. Master Yeshua the Messiah said some things to his end-time servant. He said, a disciple is not above his teacher, nor a servant above his master. John 13:16, he says, truly, truly, I tell you, no servant is greater than his master, nor a messenger greater than the one who sent him. So the messenger is the messenger to Ephraim. If you go read your Bible in Isaiah chapter 28, he's the messenger to Ephraim. Okay, that's who this end-time servant's going to be, speaking to the Ephraimites. John 15, verse 20, Master Yeshua Messiah quoted, remember the word that I spoke to you. No servant is greater than his master. If they persecuted me, they will persecute you as well. If they kept my word, they will keep yours as well. Okay, so what's up with this? They're going to keep this person's words because this person is explaining the message back to the Ephraimites, to the apostate Christians, because he is a messenger to the apostate Christians, the apostate Ephraimites, regarding Yeshua's teachings. In Matthew 24, verse 45 through 47, Yeshua said, quote, "Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his master hath made ruler over his household, to give them bread in due season? Blessed is that servant whom his master, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Verily I say unto you, that he, the master, shall make him, the master's servant, ruler over all of his goods," i.e. giving him the dominion of Numbers 24:17-19, Genesis 49:10. So Master Yeshua the Messiah's end-time servant is made second in the kingdom after Yeshua. Just like Joseph was elevated to second in the kingdom, Daniel was promoted to second in the kingdom. Same with this person. He's going to be promoted second in the kingdom as a co-regent, a vizier. And in the Melchizedek order, not only will he be this prince that we read about in Ezekiel chapters 40-48, but this person's also going to be the chief musician, which is the second highest position in the temple after the high priest. Master Yeshua the Messiah, the high priest. And king. So in the book of Isaiah, there are 5 servants. There's Cyrus, king of Persia, who's mentioned as a servant. There's Master Yeshua the Messiah, obviously. There's Yohanan the Immerser, aka John the Baptist. And then we have the third Elijah type, who is the end-time servant, who in Isaiah chapter 28, he's called the messenger to Ephraim. And his message is the 10 Commandments. And the emphasis on the Christians to return to the keeping the Sabbath day holy, set apart. You can go ahead and count that message with me. Line upon line, line upon line, precept upon precept, precept upon precept. Here a little and there a little. So his message is the 10 Commandments. And he's going to be telling the Christians to come back and keep the 7th-day Sabbath. But they're not going to listen, they're going to reject it. Just like it was prophesied in Ezekiel chapter 33, that the watchman is going to be rejected by the people he's watching for. So the 144,000 Israelites and Israel also are a servant in the book of Isaiah. It's very hard to distinguish these different servants, and that's what we got to do. We got to take a look at that. I'm going to take a look at part of that. We're going to be dealing with the end-time servant, the hidden Elijah type. And regarding Israel, I'm not talking about the modern state of Israel and the Jewish people. Those people are not blood Israelites, which I'll prove in another video. So the prophecy of Isaiah regarding this servant, the end-time servant, has been difficult to ascertain for many scholars for millennia because there are many prophecies regarding the servant that Master Yeshua the Messiah did not fulfill. So that means that these prophecies are talking about a different servant, not him. These prophecies in Isaiah can be difficult to categorize, but in this video, I'm going to take you through some of the prophecies in Isaiah chapter 40-49. This is not going to be a comprehensive commentary, as I don't have a full understanding to everything, but I plan to reveal enough about this person. Isaiah 40 starts out with John the Baptist, and then in Isaiah 40-49, it's the prophecies of the servant Israel, or the 144,000 Israelites, and then also this hidden servant, who's also called Israel. I'm going to start this video with what I call Elijah's Proclamation in Isaiah chapter 49, which is a proclamation the end-time Elijah-type servant will broadcast back to Ephraim, considering he is the messenger to Ephraim of Isaiah 28. After I go through Isaiah 49, I'll restart back in Isaiah 40 and work through Isaiah 40-49, identifying John the Baptist, who was the second Elijah and a type of the third Elijah. And then I'll also identify the other servant that's mentioned throughout those chapters, which is the 144,000 Israelites and Israel. I will not be going through Cyrus, king of Persia. So here I am in Isaiah chapter 49, and I'm going to be taking you through Isaiah chapter 49, providing some commentary on this. So if you like, you can pause the video and read it for yourself, but I'm going to go ahead and provide commentary to you. And this first part of Isaiah 49 is what I call the Elijah Proclamation. So we're going to be taking a look at this chapter because it's going to give us insight into who this person is. It's going to provide characteristics and details about this person that will help us identify him. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at that. So if you want, you can go ahead and pause the video now and read Isaiah 49 for yourself. And then I'm going to go ahead and be providing commentary upon it. So now let me go ahead and begin Elijah's proclamation. Listen, O isles, unto me, and hearken, ye people from afar. And for this to happen, to call out to a people from far away, that can only be done on radio, on TV, or on the internet. So more than likely, this is going to happen in our time. So these people are going to be far off. He's going to be speaking, broadcasting a message back to the people. He's a messenger of Ephraim, so he's going to be speaking back to the Ephraimites. Yahweh hath called me from the womb, and from the bowels of my mother hath he made mention of my name. So this person has a calling on their life from the bowels of the mother's womb, and he has a name. All the names of the prophets are significant. And regarding his name, as I said in my last video about Elijah the overcomer, the promise to the overcomer is that Yeshua is going to put the name of his Elohim on this overcomer. So that means that this person won't have the name of Yah in his name. As you'll see in the next verse, this person is hidden. So this person won't know that they're called from the womb more than likely, and will have no idea that his life's purpose is to be called from the womb by Yahweh. Just as David had no idea when he was selected. He was out with the sheep, and he was selected to be king over Israel. Same with this person. This person is a type of the servant David, as I'll hope to share in my next video on Elijah. And he hath made my mouth like a sharp sword. So this person's mouth is going to be made sharp. In Isaiah chapter 28, we read that this person has stammering lips, which means that he's not a great orator, just like Moses was not a great orator, just like Paul is recorded as not being a great orator. So this person's going to have stammering lips, but his mouth is made sharp like a sword. How so? With the word of Elohim. He will have pure doctrine. That's how his mouth is going to be made sharp. In the shadow of his hand, Yahweh's hand, hath he hid me. So this person is hidden by the shadow of Yahweh's hand, and made me a polished shaft. In his quiver hath he hid me. So this person is also polished and refined, so he went for a refining period. Similar, probably like how Paul went for a refining period in his life. This person is refined and polished. And he was hidden again in Yahweh's quiver. So this person is hidden twice. So this person is going to be very difficult to spot. This person's probably hidden from himself. And this is more proof that this person is a Moses type, because Moses, when he was put in the cleft of a rock, Yahweh said that he would put his hand over Moses and cover him as he passed by. So this is more proof that this person is going to be a Moses type. And he said unto me, Thou art my servant, O Israel, in whom I will be glorified. So this is speaking to this particular person, and his name has Israel in his name. Then I said, I have labored in vain. I have spent my strength for naught, and in vain. Yet surely my judgment is with Yahweh, and my work with my Elohim. So this person, Elijah, is going to have an Elijah-type midlife crisis we're talking about here. So he's going to realize that his work of his life works have been vain. His strength was spent for nothing, and it was all vain. Vain twice, in vain and in vain, which means that at least two pursuits of his life was vanity. Which means his pursuits and his ventures were unsuccessful. And yet he realizes that his judgment is with Yahweh and his work is with his Elohim. So he's called to do his work with his Elohim. And now saith Yahweh that formed me from the womb to be his servant, to bring Jacob again to him. So this person is called from the womb to be the servant, yet this is probably hidden from this person. And his purpose is to bring Jacob again to Yahweh as a Moses type. So as Yeshua fulfilled Deuteronomy 16:15, the prophecy of Moses, as it was recorded in Acts that Yeshua did this person is also going to do the same thing and also bring back Jacob again, Israel again, unto Yahweh. So here in Deuteronomy 18 is the prophecy, speaking of a prophet that was going to be prophesied to come. Yeshua was that prophet, but his servant is also a fulfillment of this prophet type, how I understand it. And this is Moses speaking to the Israelites. And Yahweh thy Elohim will raise up unto thee a prophet from the midst of thee, of thy brethren, like unto me. Unto him shall ye hearken, according to all that thou desirest of Yahweh thy Elohim in Horeb in the day of the assembly, saying, Let me not hear again the voice of Yahweh my Elohim, neither let me see this great fire any more, that I die not. And Yahweh said unto me, They have well spoken that which they have spoken. So the people were fearful. They said, Moses, you speak with us. Let not Yahweh speak with us, lest we die. And this was after they audibly heard Yahweh Elohim speak the 10 commands, the 10 words, the 10 commandments to them. And they freaked out, and they asked Moses to speak with them because they were fearful. And in Deuteronomy, Yahweh commended the Israelites for that type of fear, that phobia of him, that fearfulness of him. I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, like unto thee, like unto Moses, and will put my words in his mouth. His words here were the 10 commandments. Remember, his mouth is sharpened. And he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him. And it shall come to pass that whosoever will not hearken unto my words, which he shall speak in my name, I will require it of him. But the prophet which shall presume to speak a word in my name, which I have not commanded to him speak, or that shall speak in the name of other gods, even that prophet shall die. If thou say in thine heart, How shall we know the word which Yahweh hath not spoken? When a prophet speaketh in the name of Yahweh, if the thing followeth not, nor come to pass, that is the thing which Yahweh hath not spoken, but the prophet hath spoken it presumptuously, thou shalt not be afraid of him. And now saith Yahweh that formed me from the womb to be his servant, to bring Jacob again unto him. So this person's purpose is to bring Jacob back to him. Though Israel be not gathered, yet I shall be glorious in the eyes of Yahweh, and my Elohim shall be my strength. So this person is going to be the Zakar one. He's the remembered one of Yah. This person is glorious in the eyes of Yahweh. Why? Because he's been called from the womb. And Yahweh said, It is a light thing that thou shouldest be my servant, to raise up the tribes of Jacob, and to restore the preserved of Israel. I will also give thee for a light to the Gentiles, that thou mayest be my salvation unto the end of the earth. So in this covenant that's going to be made, there's going to be another covenant made, and it's going to be, the Gentiles are also going to be included in this covenant. Gentiles and Israel. That's why we're going to be able to see the Gentiles come into the millennial temple. So this person is going to be a light unto the Gentiles, that thou mightest be my Yeshua unto the end of the world, my salvation unto the end of the world. So this is Master Yeshua's end-time servant. Master Yeshua will use his servant to speak to the world on his behalf. As we read about here in Isaiah chapter 2, verse 2, And it shall come to pass in the days that the mountain of Yahweh's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. And many people shall go and say, Come ye, let us go up to the mountain of Yahweh, to the house of Eloah of Jacob. And he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of Yahweh from Jerusalem. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war any more. O house of Jacob, come ye, let us walk in the light of Yahweh. And this is going to happen after all of this tribulation. That's when this person will be used in the millennial reign to represent Yeshua to the nations. And this person will be as a priest unto Yeshua, and as a priest to the people, possibly representing Yeshua. Yeshua is the high priest, and this person is also going to be a priest, but he's going to be the chief musician, according to the order of Melchizedek. But first, this person is the messenger to Ephraim. And as we read about this Ezekiel type, this Son of Man type, in Ezekiel chapter 3, the first calling of the watchman, we also see the same calling in Ezekiel 33. Here he's sent to go speak unto the house of Israel. And then the Son of Man is going to speak to the house of Israel and speak Yahweh's words unto them. And here it is regarding his mission. For thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech and of hard language, but to the house of Israel, not to many people of a strange speech or of a hard language, whose words thou canst not understand. Surely had I sent thee to them, more than likely the Arabic-speaking Shemites in the region of the Middle East. Just as Jonah was sent to Nineveh and they repented and received that message of repentance temporarily, same with these people. They would have received him. But he was not sent there. Ezekiel was sent to the house of Israel. They would have hearkened unto thee. But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me. For the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted. Behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces, and thy forehead strong against their foreheads. As an adamant harder than flint I have made thy forehead. Fear them not, neither be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. And there's nothing new under the sun. The modern day Christians are the hard-hearted house of Israel. Yeshua's message went out to the lost tribes of Israel. The Christians are the hard-hearted Ephraimites. This is not replacement theology. This is true theology. So the house of Israel is hard-hearted, yet this watchman is going to be hard-headed and stubborn. Thus saith Yahweh, the Redeemer of Israel, and his Holy One, to him whom man despiseth, to him whom the nation abhorreth, to a servant of rulers. Kings shall see thee and arise, princes also shall worship or bow down, because of Yahweh that is faithful, and the Holy One of Israel, and he shall choose thee. So this person is chosen for this specific task. And this person, as I mentioned in my previous video, is going to be esteemed. He is the overcomer of Revelation chapter 2 and 3, as I explained in my last video. And he's going to have the name of Yeshua's Elohim, Yahweh put on him, the name of the new city, New Jerusalem, put on him, and Yeshua's new name is going to be put on him. And according to Psalm 21, he is going to be the most esteemed among men. Psalm 21, verse 1 through 9. The king, speaking of this prince of Ezekiel chapter 40 to 49, this end-time prince, he's also called king in the Psalms, even though he's the prince, he's a co-regent. The king shall joy in thy strength, O Yahweh, and in thy salvation, Yeshua, how greatly shall he rejoice. So this person is going to be a believer in Master Yeshua the Messiah. Thou hast given him his heart's desire, and hast not withheld him the request of his lips. For thou preventest him with the blessings of goodness. Thou settest a crown of pure gold on his head. The high priest had a crown of pure gold on his head. Holiness unto Yahweh. He asked life of thee, and thou gavest it him, even length of days forever and ever. And as I just said, here he is, the fountain of the water of life freely. He's given to eat of the tree of life, the overcomer is. And this person, at one time in his life, he asked of life, and it was given to him freely. Even length of days forever and ever, which means he ain't going to die, but he'll be translated when it's time to be translated, I guess. That's how I understand it now. Okay, but he'll rule and reign throughout. His glory is great in thy salvation, Yeshua. So this person is glorious in his Savior, Yeshua the King. Honor and majesty hast thou laid upon him. This person is going to receive honor and majesty, like the name of Yahweh written on him, the name of the city of Yahweh, the New Jerusalem written on him. The name, Master Yeshua's new name is going to be written on this person, the overcomer. For thou, Yahweh, has made him most blessed person forever. This person's going to be the most blessed person forever, as all the promises are made to the overcomer, the servant. He's going to get to sit on his seat. How could you be more blessed than sitting on Master Yeshua the Messiah's seat, reigning in his kingdom of righteousness under him, serving him as the priest in the temple, never going out? David, all the Psalms David read about him because he's going to sit on David's throne. Because this person could be a descendant of David through his mother's side, but he's definitely Ephraimite, and it's going to be passed to fulfill all righteousness. The scepter is going to pass from Judah to Joseph, to Ephraim, who has the birthright. Thou hast made him exceedingly glad with thy countenance. For the king, this person, this ruler, the prince in Ezekiel, trusteth in Yahweh, and through the mercy of the Most High he shall not be moved. Thine hand shall find out all thine enemies. So this person is going to have enemies. When you speak the truth, you have enemies. Thy right hand, Yeshua, Yod, Shin, Vav, Ayin, shall find out all those that hate thee. So this king is going to be through the power of Yeshua, the Spirit of Yeshua. In Acts, it's called the Spirit of Yeshua. It's also called the Spirit of Truth. It's also called the Spirit HaKodesh, the Ruach HaKodesh. And we see that it was the Spirit of Yahweh in the Aramaic that came down upon Yeshua, which is the same Spirit that Yeshua had, that is now called the Spirit of Yeshua. That all the believers of Master Yeshua the Messiah have, the indwelling Spirit. So through the right hand, which is Yeshua, the Spirit of Yeshua, he's going to find out those that hate him because of all of the truths that this person will have and speak. Thus saith Yahweh, in an acceptable time I have heard thee, and in the day of salvation have I helped thee. Or better yet, in the day of Yeshua, that word for salvation again is Yeshua. In the day of Yeshua have I helped thee. Is this going to be the day of the revealing of Yeshua HaMashiach, that he's going to help this person? And I will preserve thee, and I will give thee for a covenant of the people, to establish the earth and to cause to inherit the desolate heritages. So this person is going to be given as a covenant. This person is going to be making a covenant. There's going to be a covenant that's going to be established. We can read about this covenant in Ezekiel chapter 34 and chapter 37. That thou mayest say to the prisoners, go forth, and to them that are in darkness, show yourselves. They shall feed in the ways, and their pastors shall be in the high places. They shall not hunger nor thirst, neither shall the heat nor the sun smite them. For he that hath mercy on them shall lead them, even by the springs of water shall he guide them. This reminds me of Psalm 23. And I will make all my mountains a way, and my highways shall be exalted. Behold, these shall come from far, and lo, these from the north and from the west, and these from the land of Sanim. Sanim is either in China, Asia, or it's either down on the Nile coming up through Aswan, modern-day Sudan. The rest of Isaiah 49 is all about Israel being restored, and this video has gone long enough, so I'm going to stop it right about here. I never touched base on Isaiah 40 through 49, identifying the 144,000 Israelites and the restoration of Israel in this video. Hopefully I'll have time to make that another video upon it. But the 144,000 is a servant. This is why the Elijah type and the 144,000 are a little indistinguishable at times in the scriptures and in the prophecies. So I hope to make a video on that. And again, I hope to make another video about Elijah, the servant David type. So brothers and sisters, with the understanding of this, I hope that you're blessed by this. And I hope that you continue this series with me. And I'm signing off. And shalom to all of you who keep the commandments of Elohim and have the testimony of Master Yeshua, the Messiah. Shalom to all of you.